Okay, so let's get straight into it and start learning this really nice version of Silent Night. If you want to get the whole lesson, of course, it is available on the website sixstringfingerpicking.com, and there's loads more fingerstyle lessons over there, and there's loads more Christmas songs as well for you to play around with. So what's nice about this song is it's just 3 chords. It's just a G chord, it's a D chord, and a C chord. That's it. That is it. So it starts on a G chord. We're in the time signature of 3/4, but you probably know the song really well, so it's not going to really make much difference if you're not familiar with 3/4 time. But anyway, the first part goes like this. That's all just over a G chord. So let's start learning that. All I'm doing is I've got my second finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, the low E string, and then I've got my 3rd finger on the B string, 3rd fret. Okay? And then I play the E and the B string together, then the G, then the D. So, then the high E string, and then I play the E and the B string on the 3rd fret for each again, followed by the G. So really slowly. Okay, and then into the second bar, take your 3rd finger off, play the low E string, still the 3rd fret with the open B string, play those together, and then G, D, G, B, G. So just that bar together, G, D, G, B, G. So let's put those 2 bars together and you're going to get this. Up to speed. And once you've done it once, you just repeat it. So you do that twice and that takes up the first 4 bars. And then after that it goes to the D chord. But what we're going to do, you have to stretch a little bit like this. So if you play it's going to be an open D string, then the 2nd fret on the G with your 1st finger, 2nd finger is going to play the 3rd fret of the B, and then stretch up a little bit, and on the high E string you want to put your pinky on the 5th fret. Still a D chord. And then with the right hand, play the D string and the high E string together, and then B, G, B, E, B, holding that chord down. So once more, D and E together, and then B, G, B, E, B. Okay, and then we go to a D chord. So just a regular D chord. You can go like this and take your pinky off and flatten your 1st finger, or to just a D chord like this, whatever works best for you. But then you do exactly the same with the right hand. So D and E together, B, G, B, E, B. So you put that all together, you've got up to speed. Okay, and then to a G chord. This time, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Play the 2 E strings together, and then it's the same as the previous 2 bars, the rest of the bar. So you play the 2 E strings, B, G, B, E, B. So, okay, so together, B, G, B, E, B. And then take your 3rd finger and move it up so it's on the 3rd fret of the B string. Keep your 2nd finger where it was, and then play the E and the B together, and then G, D, G, B, G. Together, G, D, G, B, G. So the G chord there goes like this, slowly. So back to the D chord now. And then what you do is you go to a C chord for 2 bars, and then a G for another 2 bars. And this is the part that goes. Okay, so holding down the C chord, play the A with the high E, followed by B, G, B. And then the A with the high E again, followed by the B. So the whole bar. Then take your little finger and put that on the 3rd fret of the high E, keeping all the other fingers in exactly the same place. And then play that A and the E string together, B, G. So far you've gone like that. And then take your pinky off and you want to play the 2nd fret on the high E string. That's the next note. Your melody's going. So the is a 2nd fret on the high E string. So holding down the C chord, you just lifted off your pinky, take your 2nd finger and move that. That might be a little bit awkward. Keeping these, your 1st and your 3rd finger held down, take your 2nd finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the high E string. And play that note. So it goes. And then you can lift it off and play the high E string, open high E string with the 3rd fret on the A string, and back to the B 1st fret. So all of the C chord there, nice and slow. Okay, and then it goes to the G chord, like this or like this. It doesn't really matter to me how you play it, but that's the same as before. Remember the E and the B string together? I'm playing the B string 3rd fret and the E string 3rd fret. So E and the B together, G, D, open high E, and then E and B again, followed by the open G. And then take your pinky off, or whatever finger you're using on the B string, so it's open, and play the E and the B together, G, D, G, B, G. So that's the same as before at the very beginning. So you've gone. You just do that again. So that all goes through twice. With regards to the right hand, I don't mind at all if you bring your thumb down and play that on the G string, or if you want to play it like that. Some people will say you absolutely must use your 3rd finger on the high E string, and don't you dare bring your thumb down and play it on the G string. I really don't mind. I think it's absolutely fine if you want to bring your thumb down. Just don't use your 1st finger for all of it. Don't do anything like this. That is definitely not allowed. But if you want to, as I say, bring your thumb down to the G, that's fine, and play your 1st finger on the B and 2nd finger on the high E. It's totally and utterly fine, no matter what anybody says. So the last part goes like this. Okay, and then it all just goes round as many times as you want to. Twice is probably enough, but I think whoever's covering the song probably does it a different amount of times. So here it's just a D chord, but instead of playing it here, we're playing it here like this. So I've got my 1st finger on the high E string 5th fret, then going to put your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the B string, and your 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the G with an open D. That's another way of playing a D chord. Alright? So that's one shape, and then you're going to have to, at some point, well, in the 2nd bar of the D, you've got to use your little finger and play the 8th fret of the B string while still holding down that chord. So that might be a little bit hard, but I'm sure you can do it with just a little bit of work. So anyway, holding down this chord, play the open D string with the high E string, and then B, G, B. So, and then the open D with the high E string again, and back to the B. So, okay. Then your little finger's going to come in, you're going to place that on the 8th fret of the high E string, play that with the open D, and then play, still holding the chord down, the B string, G. So back to the beginning of the D. Take your pinky off, back to the 5th fret on the high E string, and then the B with a D again. Okay, so that's all of the D. and then down to this G, the 2 E strings, 3rd fret and 3rd fret. Play those, and then open B, open G, open B, high E string 3rd fret, and then the B again. So then we're going to this up here. It's still a G chord. I'm holding the 7th fret of the high E string with the 8th fret of the B string, and the open G if you want to get that in there as well, like that. Okay, so, and then the very ending, so on a G chord, holding down the 3rd on the E string, both E strings, and then a 3rd on the B string as well. Play the 2 E strings, then the 3rd fret on the B, then open B, so that's, and then D chord, however you want to play it is absolutely fine, but you're going to play the open D string with the 3rd fret on the B, then the 2nd fret on the G, then the 4th fret on the D, so that's, and then 3rd fret on the E string, low E string with open G, and you're home and dry. So that is, and you might want to slow that down a little bit. You know, play really softly. It's a very gentle song, so don't play really, no, be really light. Add some dynamics as well, build up some tension and kind of release it, and try and make it sound as soft and as smooth as you possibly can. So that is the whole song. If you want to get the tab, if you're not there already, as I say, it's on the website 6stringfingerpicking.com. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and have a great Christmas. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.